Well, let's see if we can back up my sheet.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. This is your first time here. I'm the big fella Scruff, and what I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, grab your coffee in your Forex mug, and if you want one, there's a little shelf underneath. Helps support Joanne and her little ventures, and we'll crack on. So what's the sheet and what am I doing? Well, each morning I do a strength sheet and work out what's going on. You'll have to excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today. And it pulls out good markets to trade. Now, I've adapted it recently where it'll show the swing trades in the swing direction. But when you're having a deeper swing, there's also good opportunities for pullbacks. You know, because swing trades for me are on daily charts, and that's what's presented itself today. But there's also another market, and I put the trade on simply because I want to back up what I was speaking about. Now, if I sort of pull this down, this is our Discord, and you find this in the Scruffy Squad. We all get in together, we all have a bit of a chat and one thing and another. This morning for Dell, I broke down the New Zealand JPY, did a diagnosis, what I would expect from it, and put a little trade into that. We also have sort of, where are they at? I'm all fingers and thumbs today, guys. Market calls, where we have face-to-face meets. Last night in this one, I diagnosed the pound JPY, and sure enough, it's done what I said this morning. Now, when I say strength sheet and bias, this went in this morning, and what we can see is the Dow is actually long on a swing, but it presented itself as a sell. Now, that's what I'm going to look at right now. Now, I don't trade the Dow that much, if at all. I just want to see if it's pretty much ready to pop. Yeah, it's not a million miles away. Just want to check something. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let me explain. So if we look at this, you can see this is kind of pushing up. It's come down, it's found a level, and it's not uncommon for it to push down to go back up again. All right. Now we can see that. Now, if you're a trend line follower, well, you can see the trends there, and it's in a channel pushing to the base of the channel to move back to the upper side. Not a major issue. But I'm a day trader on this today. So what I'm looking for is the movement back into mid-ground here. Now, they did have some comments yesterday, if you look at yesterday's video, saying everything I do is BS. Well, it's not, because I have a plan in what I'm doing. And if I'm planning it, then it's right. I called exactly what that market did in that trade yesterday, on Saturday. And I did it off the cuff. I was asked to do it, but apparently it's crap. Well, all I'll say is if you don't like it, don't watch it. And if you don't understand trading, don't trade. Period. You lose your money. So what am I looking at here? Well, I look at fibs all the time. I like fibs. I can see it's come to a clear level. These are good levels, solid levels that have relevance, and they're shown to have relevance all the time. So if I've got a relevant level and it's holding, it's common sense not going to tell you it's going to push back on itself. Well, if it is, where's it going to go? Well, if you pull that up to there, you can see it's rattling now on the 23. So its logical point is down into these levels. So what these do is these break up ratios. And what does that mean? Well, it's very simple. Fibonacci repeats constantly in maths. And if you can recognize a move, it'll give you the ratio of the move. And that's exactly what we're doing. And then to trade it, you move from one section to the next. Simple. So if you think that's crap, fine. I don't come to your job and tell you how to sweep up. This is what I do every day. You see me do it every day. I trade in the moment every day. Why? Because I don't like rollback charts. You know, I think that's silly. So there's my play. I'm going to come from here down into here and then as far down as I can get. Now, the other market that we're looking at is this one. And again, if I just sort of remove all of this so you can see it, I opened this up simply because I said I would. It pulled back into the range where I said, which is this red zone. It's come down, broke the level, you know, it's pushed up, come back down. So I thought, all right, okay, well, I'll enter the trade and I'm happy to stage up to this point to get down to here. Just a simple, easy trade. And I'll just let it get on with it, you know. But in the meantime, let me concentrate on this. So I can got my levels in play, see exactly what's going on. Let's have a look at the 15-minute. Well, there's your drive up. Now look, it's a sell-off. You know, it's broken under this level. So my area of attraction to enter is this. So I'm going to put an order on the blue line and see if it'll run down. Now, this is a vicious market. It's also an expensive market. So what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to break the orders up into such a way that it doesn't really hurt me that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fiver on, but all with different targets, and I'll explain that in just a second. So let me just put this into play. Just like so. 20. Just quickly do this. Right. 30. Right. So there's multiple targets running down between these two lines. So why am I doing this? Well, let me pull the sheet back up. It's going against the deeper trend. So that tells me to have a low TP. And it says it's a fair trade, not a great trade. So if that's the case, I want to be conservative with what I'm doing. So what I'll do is I'll let it run down, pick the orders up, go boom, 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 and get out very, very quickly. Now, if we look at the New Zealand that we came on, that's now doing pretty much what I predicted an hour ago. All right. Because one thing that I like to do is show the guys what I'm going to do before I do it. And I think that's the fairest way. And that's it. So happy days. This one's a bit of a bugger though, because the spread's quite wide on it. So we'll just have to let this play out and see if we can get some money from it. Okay. So what we'll do, that's in place. I'll drop this to 5 minutes. Just like so. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. And we'll see how that gets on. I'll put the other one sitting next to it. And then I'll come back to you at the end. Now, what I'll say is, I mean, do drop your comments below and like and subscribe to help the channel. I do the same thing day in, day out. And I'll do more live streams. But it's a case of reward the channel to get reward for yourself. And what I mean by that is put some effort in, click your like, do a comment. If I see plenty of engagement, I'll do a live stream, answer your questions. If you drop a comment in or use a super thanks, I'll always give you a shout out. Happy days, you know, and hopefully you get better. So let's have a look. Okay guys, that's just come into play, just as we were discussing. Out the zone into this zone. We looked at Wall Street as well, and like I said, enter on here to get down to there. It's a vicious market, and I sized down a lot on Wall Street if I ever choose to trade it, for a very good reason. If I get it wrong, I'll really get it wrong. I don't want to be hurt. I always look at process over money. I never look at the money. The money's just the byproduct of doing the job. If I was chasing the money, I would size it up and I would go for it, but if I'm wrong, it wiped me out. So that's why I don't do it. So we've got nothing running, no tickets, and that's what you've seen me do over the last couple of days. So I've made like 500 quid, and I only look for 600 a week, you know. So here we are. I've nearly finished the week just by being selective and doing what I say I'm going to do, which I suppose isn't bad considering what I do is a load of BS according to some people. I do this every day, every single day. And you see it come in, pay me, and then I walk away and have a good life, have a great life. So there you go. So that was just a very quick one. I'm going to do these videos relatively quick. Just get in, give you the bare bones of what the trade is, whack. And I'll show you and I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. In the Discord, they get a full breakdown, how the direction was made, where the direction's coming from, how and where I'm going to enter, and then it's up to them if they want to follow it. And then my bias sheet is updated on the top of each hour till I'm paid, but they'll get to see exactly what's going on, and they'll also have basic swing trades in there as well, which is kind of the river. So I hope that helps and makes a lot of sense. I genuinely do. Like I say, if you're stuck, drop a question into the comments and I'll try and answer it best I can. And if you really want to get in the nitty gritty, just come along to the Discord. We'll make you very welcome. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.